to talk to one of the team from Bristol Waste. This is Joanna. Nice to see you. Bristol Waste. So tell us where you come into Festival of Nature.
Yeah, thanks. Nice to be on this. So yeah, Bristol Waste is Bristol's local rubbish and recycling collection service. So we collect all your bins and your recycling boxes every week. And I guess we're here today because our bigger impact is really important to us, and we're really trying to encourage people, recycle more, put less in your general waste, and that's obviously really good for the environment. Like less waste means less going to landfill, less raw materials being used to create more things if we can recycle more. So yeah, we're really happy to be here.
Okay, how are the good citizens of Bristol doing in terms of recycling and reducing?
Yeah, I mean, recycling rates are pretty good. It's around 40% of waste is recycled in Bristol at the moment, which is pretty good in terms of core cities. We're doing pretty well, so that's outside of London. At the moment, we're really trying to push on food waste and encouraging people to use their food waste caddy and their food waste bin. Food waste is really problematic when it goes into landfill, and it's one of those things, it can be used and recycled really easily. So here in Bristol, we use a company called Genico. They're based in Avonmouth, so really locally, and they can produce biogas. They have a brilliant beetle car, and they run it on this biogas made from food waste.
Okay. So let's just explain, why is it a problem if you scrape the contents of your plate, whatever you've left behind, piece of toast and baked beans? What happens if you put that in the normal rubbish bin?
So if it goes into your normal waste, that goes to landfill basically, and once it's mixed up with all of the other materials in landfill, it just breaks down in a really problematic way. A lot of methane is produced, that's really bad. It's actually worse than carbon dioxide. A lot of people think, oh, it'll just kind of compost nicely in landfill. It can't, because it's mixed in with plastics and other toxic materials, and a kind of sludge is created.
So in terms of what you can put in the little brown caddy, they're very handy, come in different sizes. Anything you can't put in there?
No, basically if it's food, it can be raw, it can be cooked, it can be meat, vegetables, fish, tea bags, coffee grounds, all of that is fine.
Eggshells?
Eggshells, great one. The really important thing is to line your little bin that goes in your kitchen, line it with a cornstarch liner that's also biodegradable. If we get a lot of plastic in the food waste, that isn't great, because obviously plastic isn't biodegradable. And if you can't get hold of the cornstarch liners, you can always use newspaper. A free newspaper, just wrap your food waste up in that. Keeps it nice and tidy.
And in terms of the other recycling then, so when you fish out your tins and you've given them a swill, or your yoghurt pots and you've saved them, what happens to them?
So all of the materials in Bristol are separated. So we start here with the residents actually doing the beginning of the process, which is separating it into different boxes. Our crews then do a bit more and put it into different parts of the vehicle that we collect it in. And then when it gets to our depot, we bale it up into different materials, and then those can be sold on to be recycled.
Okay, well the message loud and clear. Get one of those little brown caddies, put your food waste in there. It could not be simpler. It's very easy to do. I know sometimes people think it's smelly, don't they? But just keep on top of it.
Yeah, but also if you just put that waste into your general rubbish bin, then that whole bin is really smelly. This contains it. It keeps it separate. You can change it every day if you're worried about it being smelly.
I quite like recycling. I'm one of those people that quite likes organising the stuff accordingly, but I know that not everyone is the same. In fact, I bet there's a fairly good chance, because if I just think about my friends and I, certainly in couples, there's always one person who is really good and does all of that, and the other one who is taking a little bit to educate, shall we say. Yeah. But we'll keep working at it. That's as much as I'll say on that. Thank you very much.